today's video, we will cover configurable items for Shopify and Business Central. Now, to begin, we are going to select the sales channel code because there are steps that need to happen before we can proceed with setting up an item. Now, you're going to scroll down to the Listing Management tab. You want to make sure that the Enable New Attribute design is turned on. That is going to allow CSM to make use of some of our use latest functionality regarding item attributes and option values for products that are configurable. We also want to make sure that this is used, shared item attributes is turned off in the case of other channels. What that means is that an attribute like colors is a separate attribute for each product on their site. It's not the same color attribute used by all the products. Each product has its own version of the attribute. Also, notice that we have our listing default long description. And we have inserted extended text for this long description option. Now we're going to look at a new item that we have created for testing purposes. So we want to be able to sell this in a number of different sizes and colors. So as you can see, we have a couple of item attributes, which are brand and model year, and then we also have values here. Now for extended text, you're going to select related item and then extended text. As you can see, we've created a long description extended text. This will basically display later on once you view the CSM listing and once you view your item when it has successfully been sent to your live production environment for Shopify. So now for the next step, what we will get started with or continue with will be a number of item variant setups, one for each color and size combination. There's a quick way to get that set up, and that's with Suite Engine's item variations framework. If we go under actions, functions, you will see a create variation option. Then you'll see the item variation card. You would have the option to set up an item template that you have created previously that you wish to use, or you can set up your item variations from scratch. Now, keep in mind before you can set up item variants or item variations, you will need to go through the steps of setting up your variation. To find this information in the search bar, you can search for variation setup. Now, here you can see that we have selected a default brand item attribute and a common item attribute. And also there will be an variation option limit already set. For notifications on confirm after create item variation, you will just enable this toggle option. Now, here is an example of an item variation card once you have completed the variations setup step first. At the top, you'll notice that you'll see all of that information that you've just completed for the variation setup selected here. You'll see your item number, item description, and then over here where it says SKU explode method, this is basically the method in which you would like to create the variation into child SKUs. So you have two options, items or variants. So variants will basically attach different color and size combinations to an item. It will assign a SKU variant code, but it will not assign the variants as separate items. Now, if you wish to view your color size options that you have created as completely separate items from your original item, you will select items in the case of splitting out multiple items for your variants. Now, in this section here, where it says options, you're going to fill in the variant options that you wish to create or attach to your item. So for testing purposes, we've used color and size. So for the option code section, you're going to type in some kind of code to identify whether it's a color or size. For option sequence, this is the sequence in which these option variation options will be displayed. Now, for link type, it is up to you if you decide to link your color size variation options to existing item attributes. Now, in order to do that, if you wish to do that, you'll select the item attribute option, and then you'll have the option here within link key to choose this option here, and you can choose different values that currently exist within Business Central within those item attributes. And you'll insert the value here, or more so, the link external code here. Now you're going to create a description for your variant option. And for key segment max length, this is the max amount of colors that you will need to insert, or not need to, but can insert up to 3 maximum colors for this variation option. For a key segment minimum, this is basically a minimum of 2 colors that are needed to successfully set up this option value. Key segment position is basically the order in which you would like to see these displayed. For key segment delimiter, you must insert a dash in this field, otherwise you will receive an error. And for option type, you'll choose color, size, or you can choose other. Now, in order to view the option values, you're going to select color or size, and then you're going to click line, and then you're going to select option card. Now, this will display all of the color information that was just filled out for the variant options. You'll see that here in the General Fast tab. If you scroll down, you'll notice that option values are blank. Here's where you will start creating your values. So since this is the variation option for color, you're going to display all of your colors here as you wish at the bottom. So for the value code, this is the unique value for this item option. So basically, this code will be how you distinguish all of the different colors. For a value description, you can choose how you wish to type in the color that you've chosen. And for active, this basically indicates whether this option value is valid for this item variation. So when running the function to explode the options and values into SKUs, this value shouldn't be skipped. You basically need to make sure that this information is displayed on your live production store. In order to do that, you must enable or check these checkboxes within active. For option value sequence, this is the order in which the colors will be displayed. For key segment value, this is basically the value to be used to build the item or variant key on explosion, which we will discuss further in just a moment. For the common value, this is basically where you can have the opportunity to create a more descriptive description. And for industry value, you have the option to insert hex codes. Hex codes are basically codes that are assigned to certain color palettes. This will help you distinguish the different colors in your live production store. Also, you have the option to insert swatches. Swatches are color palettes that gives visual to colors that you have created as your option values. So for example, we have selected brown. In order to get this brown color to display on your live production environment, you must do prior research and look up and save color swatches in order to import this information so it will display in your live production store. And you will basically perform the same steps for size, but instead for size, you may not have swatch options or hex code options, better known as industry values. Now that you have attached option values to your variant options, you'll notice that SKUs are blank at the bottom. In order to create item variation SKUs, you're going to select actions and then you're going to choose that option. This creates all possible item variation SKUs for the item variation one per option value combination. And for the next step, once you have done that action, you're going to explode SKUs by clicking actions and then selecting that option. You'll notice that the information at the bottom is now filled in. And keep in mind to actually generate the SKU, we have a function here that will save time from manually typing in SKUs for each line. To quickly generate SKUs, you'll just select option functions, and then you're going to select generate SKUs. This will fill in default SKUs for all of your variation values. Keep in mind, you must switch the SKU status to active before proceeding with other steps. In item details, here you can click the item variants to get a better view of all of the variant color values and size values that you have created. All right, now for the next step, we're going to pull up the dashboard for BigCommerce, and we're going to go to the sales channel, and then we're going to pull up the listing wizard by selecting related listing. We're going to do this by selecting listing, and then we're going to choose wizard. We're going to choose our item. You're going to click next, and then you're going to have your sales SKU displayed here. You can choose to edit this as you wish. Then you're going to click next. Then you're going to select finish. And now you're going to view your listings. But before you view your listings, you can look at your CSM item attributes. As you can see, here are the item variation options that we have created for this item. To view specific details of these, you can click View or Edit. Keep in mind that you can make changes as you wish for your CSM item attributes. So, for example, if you wish to insert a display type, and if you wish to have color displayed as a swatch on your live production store, you can select watch or type in that option. All right, now we're going to look at the CSM listings. This will bring in all of your variation option values that you have attached to your configurable item. To view the listings, you're going to select listing and channel listings. Now, as you can see here, you have your configurable item and all of your child items, which are better known as variation items. We're going to select the configurable item. It has brought over our image. You can see this information in the listing product information. And as you can see, our long description has been brought in as well. And as you can see, these item attributes displayed under the CSM listing attribute list fast tab, these are used for configurable. So these are selected as yes. So it is normal to have sales channel attribute value blank. As you can see, you have CSM listing children list as well. These are all of your option value combinations for your item. And notice that the channel product type is configurable. Now we're going to look at an example of a variation item. And you can see for the channel product type, it's variation. And you'll also notice that we have a short description as well. So this is the Meat Engine dog bed, and for the color, this is brown, and for the size, this is large. And you will see the specific color and size option values displayed here. So the sales channel attribute value is displayed for that color and that size. Keep in mind that you want your information to match what you've done in other tables within Business Central. So going back to your main configurable item, we're going to look at the display type for your color and size attribute. So on other tables specifically showing detailed information for the color and size attributes, we switch those to swatch. So you want to make sure that you do the same in this section here before sending this information to the channel. Once that is completed, in order to begin the process of sending all of your CSM listing information to your Shopify channel, you're going to select Actions, Channel Integration, and then you're going to choose Send Listing Based Info to Channel. Now, keep in mind that there is a 3-step process in sending over CSM listing information to your channel. And sending listing based info to channel is the first step. To confirm that everything has been sent to your channel, you can check your live production environment for Shopify to see if your item is displaying in your catalog. If the item is visible, that means that the base listing info, which is your configurable item, has been set up and successfully sent over to your Shopify channel. Another way to view that this information has been sent over successfully to the channel, you can scroll down to the listing status and you'll notice that you now have an external ID. Also, you'll notice that the last external update status will say success. Now, for the next step, you're going to select Actions, Channel Integration, and now we're going to send over the configurable options to the channel. Once you have completed that, you'll notice that all of your configurable options have been set up for that configurable item in your live production environment as well. And to view that this information has successfully been sent over for your specific item variations, you'll notice that you have an external ID for these as well. And you'll notice that the external update status is success. For the last step, now we're going to send all of the children. So that would be all of your item, all of your variation items that are attached to this main configurable item. So by doing this, you're going to select Actions, Channel Integration, and you're going to send configurable children to channel. So now, once you view your item in your live environment for Shopify, it should display something similar to this. As you can see, that long description for extended text that we created that is displayed here at the bottom. This information can also be found once again under your main configurable item, and you can find this information under listing product information under description, the long description that has been set up. Notice that your color and size variation option values are displayed. And also the photos that you have uploaded or attached for your item. Looking at the general list of your CSM listing, you'll notice everything has an external ID, and for the update status, everything is showing as success. Everything has successfully been sent over to your CSM Shopify channel. Now, for more information on configurable items for CSM Shopify, please view our Suite Engine website and view the product documentation that contains this information. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment to our Suite Engine YouTube channel.